Hello and
welcome to Logan
City. This is the first of our finals in the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. David Weild up against Greg Brooks, the 5th and 6th place in the playoff. And big money at stake here. The loser bows out with $600. The winner goes on to play Carl Bottomley. Weild up first. Well, leaves one behind the 10-pin.
Yes, that was a good start for David. As you can see, he's using a different ball here than his last match. The ball goes down, comes up, just doesn't tap the 10. Gets a lot of revolutions on the ball, David. He's gone to a softer ball. Here he is back with the ball that he used before. So to pick up the spare, he should just throw this one straight across the lane. Pick up the spare. Oh, no, he's thrown that one too far. The lanes seem a lot wetter today than they were before, and that ball just dropping off into the gutter. That was a bad break.
They're vital in these early stages. This is young Greg Brooks. He's a 27-year-old from Taylors Lakes and upholsterer. He's a member of the 88 Victorian team, Newcastle Open winner of 89, runner-up in the Launceston Cup, runner-up in the Victorian and Southgate Opens. To get here, he defeated Paul Morland in round 1 and Harold Fryer in round 2.
Come on, we want 10.
You heard him. He wanted 10, got the 10. Nice start for him.
That was a great start there. He's realised the lanes were a bit wetter. He slowed the shot up. Using the same ball, probably puts more roll on the ball. You can see it here, the ball coming down, coming up, rolls beautifully back in the pocket. Tom, a great start.
Yeah, very nice start. He's straight into the line, straight onto the mark, and look at those pins. 10 in the pit, great shot. Good start.
Of course, the perfect game of 300. Greg's got the perfect start, 12 strikes in a row. And a new Holden Nova SLE sedan. Compliments of Motorama Holden at Springwood here in Queensland. Andrew Hancock is in the audience, the manager from there. He's got the keys ready. Greg Brooks has the chance of taking that. He can keep going. No chance that time.
Well, Chris, we've succeeded once more in putting this poor guy off winning this car. Andrew's up there dying to give it away. The keys are burning the hole in his pocket, and the players just aren't taking the opportunity. But this ball, again, here we're seeing lane 11 play a lot longer than lane 12, and he's just missed the head pin to the right. Tom, it looks like we might go back to the earlier rounds where lane 11 was a problem.
It certainly looks like it, Terry, doesn't it? Lane 11 hanging out again like it did before. So, you know, big problems on 11 again.
Cleans it up. Closes the frame, the second one here in this match. In the playoffs here for the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. David Weild is a 36-year-old carpet layer from Bunderham. It's his first appearance in the Coke. Created a major upset in defeating Terry Marr, the defending champion in round 1, and youngster Andrew Drew, the top qualifier.
Well, there we see the ball going longer again. Not getting the ball back to the pocket. He needs to slow the ball up as he did in his previous match and just get back into the match. What do you think, Tom?
Yes, you know, I think that the real highlight here, Terry, is that this is what makes the game so exciting. The lane conditions, probably to a novice, they feel as though, you know, all lanes are the same, but it just goes to show there's a lot of skill involved in getting the ball down on the right lane the right way.
Does it take it? Yes, it does. All right. Well, that was fantastic. He just looked at it there and saw it go over. He's laughing. He said, you watch it again. Tom, not the way he wanted to pick it up.
No, but I suppose like in any sport, you look for that break, and there it is there. Over it goes, and a big happy smile on David's face.
Good shot of the pin coming along here and just knocking out the 9-pin. Slowly, slowly. Over it goes. And the ball again, lane 11. Ball staying to the right. But David's had 2 tough matches here. He's actually beat the top seed and the second seed to get here. So he's quite a good match player. I'm sure he'll find his shot and get back into this.
Yeah, his win over Andrew Drew was a superb match. There he is, spares it up. So that'll give him a bit of confidence at the top of the 3rd frame. Takes a seat. This is his style. A very unusual one, as we've commented before.
But certainly effective. He's had 2 great matches to get here. Excellent. Good spare.
the sports. Welcome back to the Logan City Lanes in Brisbane. This is our first final in the Coca-Cola Classic. Greg Brooks on screen at the moment. Young man from Victoria.
Just see him loosening up there a bit. He's just got to stay loose. This is the key to it. Especially now that the lanes are tightened up, you must stay loose and just let the ball roll.
Come on, 10. All right.
That was just a great shot. Tom, that was just the shot he wanted. Got it down a little early. Let it roll into the pocket.
Yeah, spot on there, Terry. This is what he was looking for. He wanted to find the line, what would happen there just inside his previous couple of shots, and he's found it there. Now all he has to do is stay there.
Pressure back on now for Weild. See what he can do.
Rookie.
Could have bought that one just about.
He could have. He wanted that one. He had the bit of luck before with the spare, but that one just wouldn't fall over. You'll notice here, Tom, he's changed ball. He's gone to a straighter ball.
Yes. Yes, I'm a bit surprised. I suppose he wasn't really happy with the vector. He's gone back now to his shiny or harder ball for his spare, and makes no mistake there at all.
Yeah, the crowd appreciating the bowling here. It's been top quality at the Logan City Lanes. We've had some great matches in the tournament so far, and the finals will be tightly contested.
It's going to be very, very tight here. You're down to the business end of the event. Everyone's tense. The tension is going to show even more now in all the players. And also it's going to be very, very difficult to get up the seeding. To win more than one match in a row is very, very difficult.
Wasn't pleased with that one.
Tom, he's obviously gone to the harder ball. As you see here, the ball doesn't grip the lane. It goes straight through. Do you think it was a wise decision?
Look, the only thing I can put it down to, Terry, is that he wasn't happy with the way the vector, the sanded ball was rolling, and you know, he's trying something now earlier in the game just to see what will happen, and you know, it hasn't sort of paid off, so it'll be interesting to see what he selects in his next shot.
No, well, again, see, this is going to be very, very difficult for them now. They're used to throwing the ball to the right. Now all of a sudden they've got to put the ball down early, get the ball to roll. The tendency is going to be to pull the shot a lot or wing it right and miss the head pin to the right. As we saw with David Weild, it's better off to miss the head pin to the left at the moment than it is to miss it to the right.
David Weild looks up. Tom, you'll be interested to keep an eye on how conditions are playing. You're into the final.
Yes, and just looking at the way the two boys are playing it at the moment, it looks tricky, and you know, it's going to be really a matter of everyone being on their mettle, no doubt.
Tom, with conditions as they are at the moment, is it a matter of making sure you close all the frames and take the strikes as they come?
Yes. You've only got the one game to sort of prove yourself in, and nothing can really go wrong. And I'm just sort of wondering with David sort of swapping and changing, you know, with the one game, I think he's got to settle into a spot and hang in there and give it his best shot.
Greg Brooks doing it well at the moment. Of course, it's a step ladder format. The top six.
This is really where the pressure will begin.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah, bit of luck there, and he handled it well. And certainly the pressure mounting, and Greg Brooks showing that he can take it.
You'll see here a lot of the other players, well, even Greg himself was winging the ball a lot off the gutter. Now he's going straight down 10. This game, as we've said before, is extremely difficult. You've got to bowl every which way. Well, there it is. He's gone back to the vector. Tom, I think he really should have stayed with that, bowled a bit more direct with the vector. It's going to give him good carry. We'll see here in a second. You'll see this shot right through it. Great shot. Comes back right in the pocket.
Finals in the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic for 1989. David Weild of Butterham, trailing by 23 pins. Really needs to get a move on here, Terry.
Has to get a double. Got one up, and also lane 11 is going to be tricky. This shot's really critical. 7th frame, he must strike.
Come back.
There it is. It's great. Here he goes. We saw in his previous match. He comes back from the death, and he's starting a resurgence now. He's really put the wood on Greg. We see this. Another good shot. More direct, down the line, using the better ball. Gets 10, loves every minute of it.
And the surprising thing here, or not surprising thing, Terry, is too that they both throw about the same size hook, and I'm a little bit surprised that David hasn't sort of picked up that line earlier, because they're hooking exactly the same, and he could have gone into that line earlier.
This is a good point. Good point. Players watching other players. Well, Greg's could let David get back into the game. Especially that 7-pin that stood up, Tom. That would have been very tricky under these conditions.
Yes,
He wouldn't have been able to get the ball to jump across.
Yes, no doubt. And, you know, there's probably two other nervous people watching this as well, and that's Pauline and Eric. That's Greg's mum and dad. Eric, of course, being one of Australia's very good bowlers in the late 60s, early 70s, so they'll be both on the edge of their seat watching these. Nicely covered.
Good spare. And we'll see what he can do. Chris, he has to get going, I think.
Yeah, he really does. He can't afford to go to sleep in this game, as Weild proved in his round 2 match, where he came from behind and blasted away.
Exactly. See Greg here, he's got a very, very good style. Upright at the foul line, a straighter bend. Most of the players today, most of the modern players are standing pretty upright at the foul line these days to get the ball to go long down the lane. But let's see, Greg has to get this. He has to put it down just right, steadying himself. Good concentration. Bowl it well.
Come on.
Well, there we have it, the soft 10. Tom, I think lane 11 playing a little bit straight. It's going to be very, very tricky out there to bowl.
Yes, I was just watching where the ball went, and he was about a board to the right of where he has been getting the good strikes, and you can see there the ball just hasn't gone right into the heart of into the eye of the pins there, and consequently he's left that soft 10 pin. You can see the ball deflecting away.
Yeah, really the ball is still sliding when it hit the pins, and it should have been driving in.
Yeah, just that one board out.
That was a great spare under these situations. With that lane, very easy to put it in the gutter, as David did in the first frame. But Greg's still hanging in there. We'll see here. Picks it up perfectly. Throws it out, hits the gutter, stays there. Great shot. He'll be very, very pleased with that. Very pleased to get over and done with that shot too. Well, Tom, we've seen it again.
Was identical to Greg's shot, wasn't it? It was just that fraction to the right, and the ball just didn't come up as strong. And again, an identical shot to Greg's. You can see that soft 10 pin there, the 6 pin just falling in front of it. There,
Yeah,
just
so
landing there.
This is going to happen when the ball doesn't grip the lane at the end. Now, can David pick it up?
Come back.
Well, that's exactly what he did in the first frame.
Yes, and this is where all that conjecture is, whether you should change balls on it when you're going for a spare, and that's two that he's put into the gutter, and it could cost him dearly.
It's really come back. People set patterns for themselves. They go into a match or they bowl all the time using 2 bowling balls for spares. When conditions are different or as wet as this, I don't really think it's necessary.
No, not at all, because the ball isn't overreacting much. Oh, great shot. Great shot.
Cleaned him up that side, never in doubt.
See, here he goes down, lane 11. A little bit, you're right. He's going straighter at the shot. That was much better.
And it was the foundation frame, so it was a very, very vital one for David, and, you know, he can come back in here and put the pressure back on to Greg.
Exactly. Greg now has to stay clean. As we've seen many, many times so far in this series, anything can happen.
Come on, we want 10.
Wanted 10, but only got 9. We'll see why in a moment.
It's again the soft 10. You see here he does everything pretty right. Gets the ball up into the pocket, likes it. 10 pin just not going. You see here on pin cam, exactly the same.
Yeah, the ball is deflected off the rack there, and just missing the 10 pin, and that's what always happens. Once the ball starts to deflect, there's no bite, and that's how you leave the soft 10. Oh, goodness.
Well, that's left it wide open.
New ball game.
We might take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Back in a moment. And at the moment, it's Greg Brooks in front by 23 pins. Nine's Wide World of Sports, and we welcome you back to the Logan City Lanes for the first of the 1989 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic Finals. Greg Brooks, seemingly in a good position, but with a mistake in the last frame, has left it wide open.
He's really let David get back into the match. If David can strike out, he can win the match. Greg has to stay clean, and he has to get a spare. He's just got to go for everything. He needs 3 strikes right here so that he can win the match.
Come on! Yes!
Yes, getting very animated is Greg Brooks from Victoria.
Well, all of these shots now are just so important. He has to keep striking. It's going to be so easy to leave a 10-pin. This match has been the battle of picking them up. Here you'll see, again, straight down the ball. It doesn't hook anywhere near as much as what it was hooking before, and he's got 10. But this is the one he wants. This is the critical shot. He must strike here to make David do it, well, to shut David out. He can win the match here or he can lose it.
Plenty of pressure. First appearance in a Coca-Cola Classic. Oh, high on the head pin that time, Terry.
Well, now the players, when they need a strike, they can't trust it to the right anymore because that area is gone, and they've got to pull it down the middle. The only thing is to throw straight at it. If he'd thrown harder, it may have just straightened up and gone in. He's given David a chance. David still has to strike to win, though. So it's really all now back onto David if he can get up and do it.
Pressure cooker situation. Do you take the 2 out here and play safe?
Well, it really doesn't matter. David still has to strike no matter what he does. This is spareable. He's only got to go light on the right side of the 6-pin and they'll swish him across. Didn't go light enough. But took 2, that should be enough. It's giving him 182.
And, of course, David came back so strongly against Andrew Drew, and no doubt that's going through his mind at the moment. He's probably saying, I did it before, I can do it again. He'd be geeing himself up, and this is the make-or-break shot coming up now. Lots of pressure.
He needs every one of these because of his low pin count there. He's only on 130, so he needs to get a double.
Yeah, he's got 1. So this is going right down to the wire.
Well, you know, David's previous match before, he had to get strikes. He's got to get strikes. Here you'll see a great shot. Again, the big ball, the good shot, a lot of revs, pin action, loves it. It's fallen over. This is great. We'll see a good shot here. You'll see the pin switching around, the 4 taking out the 5. He'll love every minute. This is where he's really got to compose himself, deep breaths, calm, get rid of the nerves, and just take it easy. And Greg's just got to sit there and hope.
It's all down to 1 shot.
It is. He must strike here. If he strikes here, he wins. If he doesn't, he loses.
Rookie!
Well, Chris?
A fortune of the game. He gave it his best shot. Still manages a smile as we have a look at this one. He was asking for a Brooklyn, but never came.
No, that's what he was asking for, a bit of a miracle there. He knew he had to get 10. He just gave it his best.
So there it is, the first of our finals completed. Greg Brooks is the winner, 182 to 175 over David Weild. Brooks advances to the next round where he plays Carl Bottomley. For David Weild, it's an exit for 1989 and a cheque for $600, compliments of Goldpin and Coca-Cola.